So hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. We're here with Calling Down Fire. We're going to ask them some questions. I'm going to start. What inspired you guys to start the band?
That's a them question. I got
Chris,
bullied
do you
into
want to answer
joining.
this or should I?
I can do it.
Go for it.
Zach and I, this is our third band together.
Oh.
We were playing in another band that we had started. It was not going great. Not
Be nice.
for any reason other than just it wasn't a good fit for everybody.
Mhm.
And Zach and I just kind of started jamming on something to do, both while we were waiting for everybody to show up at practice and also just because we wanted to play more shows. At the time, that band wasn't playing very much because, everybody couldn't, scheduling conflicts and whatnot, we just couldn't play very many shows. And Zach and I wanted to get back to that. So this was supposed to be just like a for fun project, and it took off.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for
We,
me, oh wait, no, Zach, you were talking.
I was just gonna say, like, initially we started as just an instrumental band. Like, my brother is a drummer, and we asked him to come drum out some parts for us, and I really liked what he was playing, and so did Chris. So we played like 2 shows instrumental,
Okay.
just to get ourselves out there. And from the first show, we kind of knew, this is way more fun to play.
Okay.
And after that, we were looking for a vocalist because Chris and I realized with all the stuff we were doing, we couldn't also do vocals at the same time.
And that's
So
where I come in.
We kind of cyberbullied
yeah.
Sean.
I had just gotten out of my old band, had just broken up at the same time, so we just kind of like came out of the ashes of both of those. So I was in like a Seeny Weeny 2008 core type band.
Okay.
It's fantastic, full crabcore type shit.
Uh,
And I wasn't really trying to rush into being in another band, because I don't know. And then Zach was like, "Join our band, bitch," and he said that pretty much daily. And then I was like, "Fucking fine, I'll show up to a practice." And
Yeah.
it
I
was
may have
pretty
sent
cool.
a few threats.
Generally, they're cool guys. I don't hate them. So
There was a Galaxy Brain meme too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there was.
which one?
I think it said "Shawning Down Fire"
Oh
and
god.
Sean from Chivalry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it was small brain Sean from Sean, slightly larger brain, full name, slightly larger brain, Sean from Chivalry. Chivalry's Not Dead was his old band.
yeah.
And then Galaxy Brain Shawning Down Fire.
Okay.
Nice.
I like
nice,
that.
nice. Classic.
Yeah. That is that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what would you guys say your writing process is like?
Oh boy.
Messy.
Check out the noise.
I got oh boy, messy, and oh, interesting. All right.
It's really messy. A lot of what we've done, especially for this record, like the previous record was pretty organic. It was pretty much just me and Chris like jamming and then just eventually putting songs together.
Mhm.
But this record was a lot of like Chris plays a bass line and it's super melodic and doesn't sound like a bass line. It turns into a guitar line and then we keep going.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we mash a bunch of effects pedals and go, "That sounds like a rocket ship," and here we are.
Yep.
Mhm.
Nice.
Rocket
Nice.
ship goes, zoom.
And then Sean does his
Pretty much.
his
Bass effect
Backstreet
go
Boys
for
melodies and we're done.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one who actually has like a full songwriting type. Mostly, it's basically just a bunch of jam sessions that slowly kind of Frankenstein themselves into a song,
Mhm.
and then I pop in on top, and they're like, "All right, here's the full instrumental, make vocals," and I'm like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. I like
Cool.
that. Kind of chaotic.
Yeah.
"Oh yeah."
Oh, incredibly. Me,
Which
me
is
and
how
my
we
little
end up
brother,
being
like-
kind of a half
Oh my God.
spacey reverb post rock band, half metalcore band, half. No, that's pretty much it. Actually, that's the two
Yeah.
things.
All right.
Although
like
we
me
got a
and my
blues
brother-
riff going on now.
Yeah, we do. That's actually exactly like Elliot and I. We used to actually play in like a bar that had improv blues bands like every single weekend.
Mhm.
So we would just sit up there and jam for like, I don't know, like 10, 15 minutes.
Mhm.
So our writing style has always been like, if it feels organic and it feels right, then you should probably like continue running in that direction.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So how are you guys feeling about the response to your new album?
Oh, I'm
Solid.
humbled.
Yeah. I would say, especially if, given that we're a band that was not terminally online beforehand, it's pretty cool. Like, especially, I think a lot of it came from sort of the support that we got just being friends with Pulses and with Sales Ahead, and just kind of getting involved in like a friend circle of bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of insane watching the development of the scene around here. Like, right when we formed and right when Pulses started breaking through is right when the previous, like, venue that we had around here, like, completely folded. And also when a lot of the bands that played that venue on the regular, like, splintered into pieces. And I think, Chris, you booked a few of Pulse's, like, first shows.
Yeah.
And we played almost every show we could with them, and they just got better and better every single time we heard them. They recorded the record at the same studio that we recorded our first EP at, and
Twinsies.
yeah, like from there we've just been going and going. We meet friends, we incorporate them into this place, and like Pulses has blown up in a big way because like what they play is incredible and definitely deserving of like people's time. And man, the amount of people that I've seen come just from this album that have started listening to us because like either Matt or Kevin or Caleb or Taylor like shared the record with them and then said, hey, please listen to this. This is good stuff. Like, it's astounding. I owe those guys like so much gratitude.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm trying to amp up the reach a little bit and become terminally online now that we have like an actually recent record to promote. Because that EP it's cool, but we wrote it like, well, they wrote it. I joined the band after it was written. It was written like way, like how many years ago at this point?
It was
2016.
It was late 2016.
Oh wow.
Huh?
2016.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute basically. So we have something recent to promote now, and like I feel like a lot of our reach up until this point has been very like word of mouth. Like it was crazy. We'd be playing shows in like places that are like several hours away that we didn't really talk to a whole lot of people there. And there would be people from like another city that's another like 2 hours away that popped in because they heard we were on the lineup. And I didn't think that was real because I didn't think we were like that. Yeah. But somebody told that to us and we're like, shit. Like,
damn.
But at the same time, I don't think anybody had really gone online and looked at the recorded content. It was kind of word of mouth about live shows, but like, which is cool in its own right. But I'm trying to make people listen.
Our live shows memorable.
Oh yeah.
So,
not to gas ourselves up too hard or anything, but
you want to tell us what a live show is like then?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We have, for starters, we have lights that we control while we play. We have lights that we control while we play. They're built into old mannequins that I bought from a Macy's that was going out of business. Okay. So there's a weird like theatrical element going on. Zach runs 2 separate guitar rigs. It's obscenely loud.
Okay.
And bright, and it's hard. It's hard on the dynamics, light and dark, and loud and soft. And, you know.
Yeah, he hooked up the so the mannequins are like holding up their arms, being all like praises, cult type shit, and they have like faint blue lights hanging out of their hands, but they also have bright ass light bulbs, and we have like floodlights on the ground, and Chris has those linked up to like a foot switch. So every time like a big breakdown hits, he stops that shit, and it's just like, it's like,
oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's fun. Okay. I'm really shocked that I haven't tripped over our own shit during the dark parts yet, though.
Let's hope that doesn't happen. Yeah. That would be terrible.
It actually did happen to me once, but I caught
myself. Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Oh. Did you fall like completely over?
Because of it.
Oh. Dude.
Yeah, we've had a couple mishaps. One day we will eventually be the band that started a fire instead of just calling down fire. But,
yeah. Oh, speaking of your name, I want to ask, what does your band name mean? Like, how did you guys come up with that?
We stole it.
Oh. Yeah, we stole it.
You stole it.
It's
Where?
the
There's
title.
a band that like we worship at their feet, and they've been the inspiration and like the helpers for a lot of people that like do similar stuff to us. Like for instance, Gaffer Project. The guys from Gaffer Project actually kind of said like, "Hey, you should try lights and you should try doing this."
Hmm.
And they got that from, if you've ever heard of Comrades on Face Down Records.
I've not.
So they are an excellent band. The vocalist and the guitarist, the vocalist also plays bass, husband and wife. They grew up in Lynchburg.
Roanoke. They're from. They're from
Roanoke.
Richmond
Mm.
Oh, Richmond. Okay.
originally. Now they're from Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they got a song on their second. Is it their second record, Chris?
Yeah, technically.
It's called "Calling Down Fire to Keep Warm."
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right,
That's
I
cool.
like that.
And
Yeah.
they insist we didn't steal the album, but the album art for that song is also a hand going like this, but it's like holding like a little micro
House.
ecosystem with a house on it. It's cool.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Sounds cool.
Is there a house on
Yeah.
it? Fuck. It's been a
Yeah,
while.
there is a house on it.
If I was wrong talking like when talking about the band that inspired us right now, that would have
That would be
No,
awkward, but
Yeah.
It would be awkward,
dropped the
but
ball a
yeah.
little bit.
Their sound. Chris and I we'd be coming back from shows or whatever, and we'd be sitting in his car because I wasn't driving to shows at the time. When we would play, and he would just turn on the records, and I would just sit there and I'd go, man, this kind of like stuff, this big spacey stuff. This is good. This is what I want to like get to writing, you know?
yeah.
And that's kind of like, we honestly like that record specifically. We kind of owe the inspiration for this project to it, because we probably wouldn't have known what direction to go in without it.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. So, because of that record, it kind of just clicked everything together for you guys.
Oh yeah, like that along with stuff like the Chariot and Page 99
Mm-hmm.
and Defeater and the Hotelier, like just big, loud, just wall of sound chaos kind of stuff. That is absolutely what inspired this band to become what it is.
Okay.
Reverb soaked wall of noise type beats, you know.
Pretty much.
So I know you guys just dropped an album, but are you working on anything new while you're stuck at home?
Yeah.
Can you tell us?
So again, as Chris does, he goes and listens to some nice big post rock and sends me a bass riff. He's just like, do something with this. And then I go, that's a cool guitar line, actually. Let me write some chords and let me write some extra stuff. Or it stays a bass line, like for instance, like Letters Home Part 2, it stayed a bass line. And I just wrote stuff around it. Or for like March into Lead Part 2 off the first EP, like I picked up a shot glass and just made some noise, and Chris played his bass part.
Okay.
So cool.
But we currently have like three songs that we're working on, Chris.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We have plans to put some new stuff out, because it took us 2 years to put out this record unintentionally. We were about a year behind where we wanted to be getting it out. So we're kind of working on some stuff while we have downtime, while we can't be playing shows. We don't really have a full plan for it yet or anything like that, but we have some things in the works, yeah, for sure.
So more music this year on top of that album.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. Awesome.
That is the plan.
All right.
It's currently in the like cool riff salad state that's in the middle of being stitched together.
Yeah.
So I haven't gotten the full instrumental to write vocals over yet, so I'm mostly just watching them send me cool riffs and being like, yeah, this is tight, and just kind of seeing where it goes.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Awesome. So, what has been your favorite part of being a part of the DIY scene? I guess you could call it that.
Everybody is really cool.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, just straight up. I don't know. I just really like the friends that I've made through it,
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
more so than anything else.
How about you, Chris?
Like I said, I don't really know anything different, because I've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
Like this is just.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely the oldest out of all of us. So
It's just normal. Like I came up and going to shows and like going to see whatever local band was playing wherever. Like there was a point in time where I would go to 5 to 6 shows a week.
Okay.
Wow.
Not anymore,
Yeah.
but yeah. So it's just kind of like what I know and where like the culture that I've immersed myself in forever.
Mhm.
Only now I'm in a different position here than I was there. I was just, a spectator. I went and saw things, saw the bands, and collected all the stuff that I could, and kind of documented it as I went. And here, like, we're actually building the scene. Like Zach said, with when this band started, like the Northern Virginia heavy music scene was kind of in a weird spot. Like a lot of bands had broken up, our venue had shut down. The bands that we play with now were all like just starting, like not really getting it shot, kind of thing. So it's been cool to be like on the building side of things this time around, and booking shows, finding new bands, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And I think that's the part that I like, is like being involved in building that community, being a part of that.
All right.
Yeah.
Being on the other
I'd-
side of the whole DIY
Yeah.
scene. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that as well, because like when I started going to like local shows and stuff and dealing with local bands around here, I was like 14, 15, so I didn't know what was going on. I was just there for the music. And there was just like, by the time we got to that venue that closed down, there was hostility between certain parties, certain bands, certain peoples. There was drama. We would have, I love moshing as much as the next guy. I used to be like, I go to a show and I'm going to crowd kill. I'm going to throw a fist. I'm going to throw a kick, do whatever. But we had a few shows that I played where it just went overboard. And actually my dad came to one of them and had to rush a guy to the hospital.
Oh,
shit.
wow.
Yeah, and it was just kind of in a weird spot where I, like, friends that I had that weren't necessarily into it, like, didn't want to come anymore.
Yeah.
And it was really upsetting. Like, my best friend in the entire world, he came to a show and he's just like, bro, this just isn't for me. Like, no. And after all that kind of splintered into pieces and we started rebuilding, it's been interesting watching, like, the only people who are sticking around now in this scene are the people who are there for the right reasons. They want to support the bands. They want to enjoy each other's company. They want to create a community. They want to enjoy the music. They want to, like, really be a part of this great, big, loving family that we've tried to create with all the bands, and everybody feels welcome. And that same buddy who said, nah, man, this isn't for me, he's come to, like, I don't know, even with it not being his style, like, he's more of like an alternative, like kind of like Pierce the Veil kind of guy than a lot of the heavier stuff.
Yeah.
He's just like, man, you know what? This is all cool. And this atmosphere and this crowd, this is what that last place should have been. And like watching that grow and watching people like join in and really feel like they're a part of it, and seeing like some people like turn around like their lives as a result of the impact, or just feeling like they finally have a home. That's my favorite part. I love seeing that.
Okay, that's awesome.
The beefs were kind of funny though.
They were, but for like 5 minutes, man.
I'm glad everything's starting to come back together.
Yeah.
So that's good. So what is the first concert that you guys attended? Like, this is for all three of you. The
Sorry,
one that you can remember.
I think you cut out. Wait, what was that?
The first concert that you attended, the one that you can remember.
Like, out of like all concerts in general, or just like local shows?
Any
All
concert.
concerts.
Yeah, all concerts.
Oh, when I was a 15-year-old seeing being, my girlfriend's mom at the time took me to see LA Guns, which is the band that, what was it? Was it the band that Axl Rose was in before Guns N' Roses? I don't remember, but it's what they were doing after Axl Rose left. Which, I have no actual history listening to them at all, and at this point, I don't even really like Guns N' Roses anymore. But at the same time, yeah, technically it was my first show.
Okay.
The first one that I remember getting really into though was I went to Mayhem Fest in like 2012.
Oh, awesome.
It's the year they had Motorhead right before Lemmy died. They had Slipknot headlining.
Oh, wow.
Slayer was there. Fucking Asking Alexandria was there on the main stage for some reason, despite it being like a tough guy biker metal type show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool. I actually hated screaming vocals at the time, and I only wanted to go because there were some like old thrash bands playing, and I was like, Slipknot's different, so I'll see Slipknot, but fuck all this screaming. And then I saw the show and was like, oh, I get it. Okay.
Oh, it's all coming together now.
Just kind of dove face first down the rabbit hole after that.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you,
It
Chris?
was the live energy. I think it was I the Breather. It was an old Christcore band. And I saw them play the song False Prophet. And when like that huge ass 808 hit when the first breakdown kicked in, I was just like,
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, this is what it's all about now. I get it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna date myself. The first thing I went to that I wanted to go to was probably like '97, for a Christian like pop rock band called the Newsboys.
Okay.
That was just kind of like the world that I grew up in. I still listen to them. They're in terms of just music, they're a cool band.
Mhm.
Christcore,
Lyrics
baby.
can be a little corny at times, but musically they're very cool. But the first like heavy thing that I went to that really like solidified that this was the world that I enjoyed. I went to a local show probably around like 2004, 2003. I don't know, somewhere in there. And a local grind, like one-man grind act called Pita's at the front door, and I've Got a Gun to the Cat's Head was
Wait, that was the
playing.
name?
That was the name of the band. This was like, MySpace era kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was just this fat dude screaming into a microphone over a drum machine and like weird porn samples and stuff. Like it was
Wow.
awful.
It was
But-
a lot.
Yeah,
A lot,
but I was
yeah.
like, I don't know what I've just seen, but I love it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. A couple other local bands played, but that was just like that was it. I started going to everything I could.
All right.
Cool. That was cool.
Oh yeah. Also, every main worship band sounds like the Fray, but less good. But I'm gonna leave it at that.
I disagree, but all right. I agree with the less good part, but my first show, I was real young. My parents absolutely, they were both music heads. Like my dad was a music major in college. Music minor in college.
Okay.
My mom sang in choir, and her parents met in church choir back in the late 50s.
Mhm.
And so like they were always into music, and they took me to
Yeah.
see an old original Christian contemporary guy called Michael W. Smith. And I saw that and I'm just like, oh, I like his guitarist. I want to play guitar. And so that's like kind of what started my love for guitar. And from there, like I was really young. Like I was probably like 5 or 6 years old when a best friend's big brother showed me My Chemical Romance,
Mhm.
like their first record. He showed me Demolition Lovers.
Uh-huh.
So I was way too young to be listening to it at the time, but whatever.
Yeah.
And I probably didn't go to like my first real show. I wouldn't say no. You know what? Not real show, because I saw Skynyrd, I saw The Police, I saw Journey, I saw all those guys. But when I was about
Dad rock.
Yeah, dad rock. Honestly, like I love
Some of
that
that
stuff.
good
I've
old
been playing
yee
that
music.
for years. The first show that like kind of aligns with what I play now that I saw is I saw Attack Attack's farewell tour when the Plot and You opened,
Uh-huh.
and I was just like, oh, I understand. Like I always loved that stuff. Like I've been into Slipknot and My Chem and Under Oath and all those guys like since way too young of an age to be listening to that. But I saw the plot and you play premeditated. I'm just like,
Yeah.
those guys are killing each other in that pit over there, Rachel. What is this? What did you bring me to?
Wait, so how old were you for that one? Where
For that one? Oh,
Yeah.
That was 2013, so I was at least a teenager by then.
Okay. Oh, awesome. So speaking of concerts, if you could go to any concert, past or present, which concert would you go to? Like literally any concert, like one that you missed, one that you've been to already, and you just want to revisit it. Anyone?
I think Zach has.
I
the
have an
answer.
opinion.
I have an opinion.
It was a concert happening the same day that I went to another one. This was like 2 years ago. So I went to see. So the two shows happening at the same time were the one where it was like brand new, playing the entirety of The Devil and God front to back. The Front Bottoms and Modern Baseball.
Oh.
shit.
And then same day in DC was Fiddler and Swimmers. And I was a sophomore in college, and I was on a huge Front Bottoms kick because what sophomore in college doesn't have a Front Bottoms kick? And I was all like, Cella's sad, I'm sad, we relate, I'm gonna go see. But I went to that show. But now I like Fiddler a lot more than the Front Bottoms. I'm kind of mad that I didn't go to see Fiddler and just get my surf punk on. But, you know, because they had just put out the album 2 also. And it was, man, I'm still mad. I'm just pissed about it.
But you saw Modern Baseball, so like.
Exactly.
Also true, yeah. That
Yeah.
I think they broke up literally like 2 months later.
Yeah.
I could be completely wrong on timelines. Time is weird.
Time
It is,
doesn't
it is.
exist. Time is stupid.
I thought today was Thursday, so you know, it's like
Hell
that
yeah.
sometimes.
It's fair. We've been locked in our houses.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
you know
yeah.
what? I'm going to submit my already written term paper while we do this. Thank you for reminding me what day it is.
Oh yeah.
Go
The
for
shit
it.
is due like now.
No problem.
Any one show?
Yeah.
Any one show.
Can't remember if this was 2005 or 2006, but it was Under Oath, Me Without You, and As Cities, Me Without You, As Cities Burn, and The Chariot.
Oh wow.
Okay. It's a good lineup.
Yeah, that's very
As
good
Cities
lineup.
Burn is one of the best bands ever, in my opinion, and The Chariot was the best at what they did, in my opinion. That show,
Okay.
that
Yeah.
show,
Okay.
Not the one with Let Live.
not the one with. I mean, yeah, that one is up there too. The other one that I would definitely go back and see, which I already saw, but I would definitely go back and see it again, was Microwave, Tiny Moving Parts, Let Live, and The Wonder Years.
That's a
Wow.
crazy fucking show right there.
That's a really good show.
I mean,
When was-
The Wonder Years and
I'm
Let
changing
Live.
mine to
are like-
Zach's answer. I'm stealing his.
Wow. Okay. All right.
You were at that show.
Yeah, but I want to go again.
Yeah, okay.
That was
That's all right.
insane.
Also,
Watching Jason like jump from a riser and do a backflip and catch the mic, like that dude is insane.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
And The Wonder Years makes me feel things like no other band. So like I actually had Dan Campbell play this basement at some point. Was that 2018, Sean?
I don't remember. Probably they did that. Yeah. Because I don't think I was 21 yet, so I was probably about to turn 21.
No, you were
Or was
already
I?
21.
I don't fucking remember.
You were already 21.
That show is what made Microwave like one of my favorite bands too. I had never heard them before. We walked in right when he was finishing off the song Stovall, and I was just like,
Oh no, that
Yeah.
song. That
Yeah.
concert was
walked through the front
2016.
door and just like ascended off the bat. Like,
That
so
was
that band is
2016.
fucking crazy. I love Microwave.
Mhm.
Also, I'm changing my answer to the show where somebody gave Carly Rae Jepsen a sword.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I don't know who else was there that day, but that was a great time.
Yeah, just that alone, you would go back to.
Oh yeah.
Actually, that show where Dan Campbell as Aaron West played my basement, that might be the show I go back to.
Mhm.
That's the show.
Oh wait,
that's
no,
the
there was
show. That's the
also
one.
that one Chariot show. Chris, what's the really popular Chariot show that people watch on YouTube?
The one
This
in
is frozen.
Australia.
Where they're
It
playing
was
on
like
top
they
of
were
my
playing in like a small venue, and then they got kicked out. Somebody spilled limes on the ground, and they
That's
went over to
correct.
somebody's house, and they're like playing on the roof.
That's Australia. Perth.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that show is
How about
crazy.
you, Chris? What'd
I
you
still go
to?
back and watch that whole set.
Of ones that I've seen, I would go back to probably seeing the Chariot play an old school cafeteria in my hometown on their farewell tour.
Okay.
I've seen them a bunch of times, but that one was special. Because it was my hometown, and that show wasn't supposed to happen, but somehow we got him to do it twice.
Wow.
And of ones that I didn't see, Refused unintentionally played one of their final shows before they split up in a house in Harrisonburg.
Oh shit.
And there's very little footage from that show, but Refused is one of the most sonically violent things I've ever seen live. And to see that in somebody's basement would have been incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are your top 3 songs to perform live?
I think everybody's
We were all gonna have very different
too.
opinions on this.
Yeah, we
I'm
are.
excited for that.
My favorites to perform live, one that we don't perform live very much is but I love every time we play it and the crowd loves it whenever we play it is Live Yourself Dead off the new record. Like that was the first song that was written for this album. That was written before the first EP even came out.
Okay.
And the working title for that song was At Least It's Not Cocaine, like talking about like guilty pleasure bands that we had, and then
Yeah.
Chris threw out a guilty pleasure band. It was like one of those like it wasn't Broken Side, it wasn't Blood on the Dance Floor, but it like fit into that
Everyone
realm.
once said that I like Broken Side.
Yeah, but it like fit into that realm, and so I'm just like, Chris, that is a vice that you don't want to admit to. And he goes, hey, at least it's not cocaine. And that was when we were writing the song, and that's kind of what spiraled. Like Sean just wrote off that line that was what snowballed the whole album. But that one, and then Speakeasy into Lazarus, like that's my favorite thing. Like Speakeasy is my favorite song that I have ever personally written.
Yeah, Speakeasy and Lazarus. We kind of treat it like one song when we do it live because they kind of flow into each other. So I'm gonna count that as one.
Okay.
I like the chase scene, and nobody else seems to like the chase scene in this band, and I'm mad. I fuck both of you. Just the chase scene is good, and I just like it because I wrote it. And Blameless is a nice, easy one because that not easy to play, but like it's like an easy pick. It's just hard as fuck. I fucking love Blameless.
That's a fun song.
Y'all really went off on that riff.
Yeah, I'm with Sean on everything except the chase scene. Speakeasy Lazarus, Blameless, and then I really, really like playing Sailor's Creek, which is the first thing that we released.
Yeah.
We've played it a million times, but it never really gets old.
Nope.
Mhm.
That was the first song that we ever wrote for this project too.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Yeah, that was October of 2015 that was written.
2016?
No, 2015 because we were still in our previous band at the time.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
We could play it every night, every time we play a show, and I would never get tired of it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I think
honestly, I'll throw that up as my third choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's just good times.
Yeah. It's cool that the first song that you guys wrote for this project still like slaps to this day for like shows and stuff. That's really awesome. Yeah.
Wait, side
where
note,
do
Chris, are you sipping from one of our mugs right now?
Yeah. Are you judging?
No, I'm the opposite of judging. I wanted to draw
Not
attention to
judging.
it to show off that we have cool mugs.
I know.
Oh, that's so cool! Wait, can you buy those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're on their Bandcamp.
They're on your store. Okay.
Gloria's gonna go buy one after this.
Bro,
Never
I
stop
might
hustling.
check it out. I might. Is
They
it?
actually come with a digital download of everything we've ever released as well. So
Oh my god,
Oh.
that's a steal, bro.
Mhm.
Wait. I'll ask you later because I only have like $4 in my account.
Yeah.
So I might have to do a
Sure.
rain check on that. But yeah, that sounds awesome. So where do you guys see the band in the next 5 years?
God.
Ow.
Knock
I
on
don't
wood.
I didn't think I'd be playing music
Mhm.
now, at all. So
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, in 5 years, I'm going to be almost 37. So,
Yeah, and
I
you're
mean,
gonna have.
hopefully, we're still playing.
Yeah.
One of the things that we've always done with Zach and I have always done in all the bands we've been in is we've always made it a priority, like a creative priority, something that we put a lot of time and effort into. But when life gets in the way, if we have to put things on pause for a minute, we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've always kind of operated on this is our our passion project, but this is not our career.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, if shit just fell into our lap, then cool. Like,
Yeah,
I wouldn't complain about
absolutely.
it.
But like, we've always just kind of played it by ear and gone with it as far as it'll take us.
Mhm.
So
I respect that.
Okay. So just wherever the wind takes you, basically. Yeah.
for
Pretty
me,
much,
Pretty
yeah.
much, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Like,
Solid. That's solid.
it's definitely my goal to one day be like doing music full time as my job, because that's like
Yeah.
all I've done since I was young. But like, definitely when doing this has been a thing that has helped me grow as a musician.
Mhm.
And like, I mean, Sean is getting ready to finish up school. Elliot is getting ready to possibly go to like school across the state.
Oh.
Chris is a dad, and he's got a full-time job. Like, I mean, I assume that at some point, who knows, maybe I'll commit to something that's way more full-time or whatever.
Mhm.
But I want to take this thing as far as it'll go, because I think it's cool.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Solid.
So we're gonna move away from music for the last couple questions and go to death row. If you guys were on death row, what would your last meal be and why?
Oh, I watched the Pulse's interview,
Okay.
and I'm gonna steal Caleb's answer.
Okay.
Well, a little bit. I'm not gonna eat like the menu sign from Taco Bell, but my little default potato quesarito with no sour cream and then nacho fries on the side,
Okay.
and then one
There you
very
go.
large Baja Blast, and then call it a day.
Exact. Okay.
you
Solid. Nice.
how mad would you be
Go,
if they
go
put
with all
sour
reliable.
cream on
Bro,
it?
I started thinking about Taco Bell last night and almost cried. It was the Ronas really got me fucked up.
Mhm.
Sean,
Nah.
what if we put sour cream on it?
Yeah, how mad would you be if
Oh,
they actually put?
Then they would have to restrain me because
They would just
taking
euthanize you
somebody
right
down
there.
with me.
They just put the needle in you.
Yeah.
No last meal for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna have to like
Yep.
lock me down before they put the needle in me. Otherwise, I'm just being like, just full on yeeting it.
Yeah.
Not to save my own life, but like if they put sour cream, I'm getting that Hulk strength. You know?
Okay,
Yeah.
Fuck sour cream.
Um,
It's a bad topping. I'll die on this hill.
Oh.
my mom grew up in Pittsburgh,
Mhm.
and there's a tiny hole in the wall pizza joint that was founded by a family that came over from Italy and then started it, called Napoli's.
Mhm.
Oh, pizza from there.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Mhm.
Okay. And a drink?
Kentucky Mule.
Okay. Wait, is
How about
the
you, Chris?
pizza place- Wait, I have
What?
a question about the pizza place. Is it called Bella Napoli's?
I don't know, because it's just whenever we go up there, my grandparents order, and they're just like, y'all want pizza from Napoli's? So like, I've never been there. I've only ever eaten it, but it's
Okay,
the
okay.
best food.
Yeah, because I go there all the time. That's why I was asking. I was like, bro, that's
Really?
alright. Yeah.
No way.
It'd be kind of
Okay,
wild.
small
yeah.
world.
Small world. Yeah.
I don't really. My guilty pleasure food is hot dogs, so probably
Okay.
hot dogs.
Okay.
Yeah. Hot dogs.
Okay.
Any toppings?
How is it that
No.
you're a whole ass pastry chef and you just defaulted on hot dogs?
Man, just because I can make good things doesn't mean I eat good things all the time.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Most chefs eat like trash cans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want to cook. You don't want to cook a meal after you've been cooking all day.
Mhm. Exactly.
And coffee, hot dogs and coffee.
Coffee. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
Solid.
great. Or the Finnish breakfast.
I don't know. The what?
Shot of vodka, coffee, 1 cigarette. Finnish breakfast.
Wow.
Okay.
That sounds terrible.
Is the vodka
Oh, I'm
in
gonna
the
change my
coffee?
drink to just
Yes, it's in the coffee.
Ew. Ew. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna change
I've
my
done-
drink to Baja Blast and a shit ton of ayahuasca and see what happens.
Oh,
Okay.
Have a good time on the way out.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. Go out with a bang. Definitely. Cool. So we do this thing where we get a question from the last band we interviewed and we ask it to you guys. So this question comes from With Sales Ahead. What is your favorite meme?
oh no.
Oh no.
I'm
Like
gonna answer
meme
for Zach
format,
because
or just
nobody
like-
wants to hear.
I'm gonna say format.
Yeah.
Oh, easy. Galaxy
Format?
Okay.
Galaxy Brain. Okay, solid. Nice, nice.
Oh man. I'm scrolling through my camera roll right now, trying to have a good idea. Fuck, anything that's just so unbelievably deep fried that it has no punchline or meaning whatsoever. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
It's just like that stupid.
Once it
picture,
goes to
yeah.
that post irony,
Uh-huh.
like
Mhm.
Okay.
I've just ruined my own sense of humor. That's the only thing that gets me at this point.
I get that. Yeah,
Actually-
same.
Actually, I have an answer that relates to that. It's anytime any one of the pulses or with sales ahead, just like the creatures posting crew, post something that could be misconstrued as horny, and they just say hours.
Nice, nice,
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
nice.
Oh wait, no. Is this
Oh my
Kim
god.
Jong Un?
Oh no!
All right.
Well,
Cool.
how about you, Chris?
I like the possum screaming at his own ass.
Yes!
Okay,
Yes!
okay, that's a good
What?
one.
I love that one! I forgot!
Wait, what did he say? He cut out for me. What?
The possum screaming at his own ass.
It's more likely than you'd think.
Free PC check!
That's also a good one.
All right.
How about you guys? What's y'all's favorites?
Oh shit.
Oh, also anything that's a joke about anarcho-primitivism, I generally can get down with.
Okay.
And prim gangs, you know, it's great.
Okay.
Shit.
Wait,
favorite.
let me open up my Instagram.
I just
usually...
shit post like what
I
everything.
like
Everything
the king
gets
memes
me.
that they're going around. They're pretty fun.
I don't know if I have a favorite like meme format. I really like the ones where it's like the I may not show it dude, and then you just add like whatever into it. I don't know. It's like
Mhm.
it I like all memes, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
Yeah.
the thing, they rotate. Like it's just a
Yeah.
constant rotation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whatever gets me
Um,
giggling, you know.
exactly
Beautifully timed screenshots never get old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or perfectly cut
Yeah.
screens. Those ones.
Yep.
Those are good
That's
ones.
the best account on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the honor of asking the last question. Some say it's the most important question.
It
What's
is.
your favorite
Alright.
color?
You could go down to the hex if you want to be like that person, because we've done that multiple times.
Hold on. Burnt orange.
Okay.
It's burnt orange. I fucking love burnt orange. I will die on this hill. I will fight anybody who says anything else. Chris, you're saying burnt orange. Zach, you're saying burnt orange. It's the best.
No.
All right. Fuck
Okay.
not burnt
I don't even
orange.
like
All
the
my
color
homies hate
orange.
not burnt orange. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
even like the color orange.
Oh.
Damn. Uh-oh.
Damn.
Oh no.
Sean leaves the band.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
There it
Oh!
goes. Shit.
I'm gonna beat you.
I'm gonna beat you.
Oh
Hi,
my
welcome
God.
back, Sean.
Welcome back.
Wow. Chris,
Uh,
what about you?
Green everything,
Green
which is
everything.
weird because none of my gear is green. None of that is, but I like green.
Okay, green's a good color, definitely.
And I saw the Pulses interview, and Matt's guitar is sick. I wish I
Yes.
could have
Yes.
that bass. I wish I could have that as a bass, and the rest of Pulses is wrong.
Yeah, they bullied that
Yeah,
guitar.
exactly.
I'm like, it's not a bad guitar. Like, I don't
Yeah, I
have a
was
problem
like,
with
it's. I kind
No.
of like the color. Like
Pointy
it,
guitars, great. Green pointy guitars, even better.
it.
exactly.
I have a really pointy guitar.
Oh my
really
God.
pointy guitar.
A really pointy guitar. While I think about my answer for color, I'm gonna get my pointy guitar.
Yes, I was gonna
Okay,
ask
I would-
you if we
yeah.
could see that pointy guitar.
We should make this a thing for interviews where it's like everybody has to
Show us
make-
your pointiest
That
guitar.
is a pointy
Exactly. I
guitar.
don't think we should do that. Oh, that's a solid pointy guitar.
That is a very good pointy
I-
guitar.
It's very
I
dark
actually
green.
got this guitar way back when because it's the exact guitar that Jake Pitts from Black Veil Brides played.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Never
Oh,
tell anybody
cool.
that again.
Just like that. Don't
No,
tell
Jake
them
Pitts
that.
is a great guitarist, and I will die on this hill. I don't care what his
Can't let
band
the
is
people
like,
know.
but like that.
Is there Black Veil Bride slander? I don't appreciate it.
Oh,
Solid.
so good, so
Yeah,
good.
it's a nice green.
no.
It's a solid color.
Let's see. You know what? Grayscale colors, and specifically because like my my first like exposure to like art in like a format that I really thought was beautiful, but also like cartoony at the same time, was the Bone books,
Okay.
and they were
Okay.
all in black and white, the ones that I had, and I'm just like, wait, what? You can do all this with no color? This is so beautiful. It's so detailed. What? So grayscale colors.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
You said grayscale. I thought you were gonna say like any colors that grayscale the band has used, and I was like, okay, yeah, but grayscale, the actual grayscale's cool.
Yeah, like white, gray, black.
Mhm.
Like that's just what I like.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice.
So that's
How about you guys?
Oh, I like yellow. I really like yellow. A lot of people are like, oh, yellow's too bright and in your face. I'm like, well, that's what it's for. I don't know. Vibe with it.
Am I allowed to say black?
Vibe with it.
It's a
go for it.
shade.
Yeah, yes,
But-
because almost every shirt I own is black.
Okay, awesome. I'm wearing all black right now, so I'll say black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is all the questions we have for you guys. Is there anything you would like to plug?
Oh, I mean, we have our new record. Go listen to that. We did a playthrough of Chris and I playing guitar and bass on Reflections. We're actually going to be doing a few more of those here in the coming weeks.
Oh, exciting.
I think we might even be doing a drum playthrough, which is cool because you never see Elliot's face on our social media, like ever.
Ooh.
It's because Elliot doesn't talk to people.
No, Elliot is just like school, workout.
Okay.
I get
Drums.
that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I get that.
Stream the new Pulse album too. Also
Yep.
stream,
Stream the new Pulses album. Stream with Sales Ahead because they're going to be putting out something new at some point, and they're absolutely incredible.
Mhm.
Science
Matt
Network.
is putting out another remix album under Bad Luck Beats, which is going to be like remixes of the Creatures Posting Guys songs. We have some friends, and I'm actually working on this right now. Like, I've had a little bit of hearing damage, but I'm mixing for some of our friends who we went on tour with, Sunshine Hysteria. I'm in the mastering process of that now.
Sunshine Hysteria is fantastic.
That album is going to be absolutely fantastic. I've loved, like, in the process of working on our record, like, going and taking a break and just listening to that stuff. It's so good.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Anything else?
Watch Castlevania on Netflix.
Okay.
Okay.
I think you capped it there, Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
So thank you
Awesome.
for sitting down with us. This has been Calling Down Fire, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.